come September when we kick off the season in Red Zone, it'll be year 17 for you.
Correct.
So my math tells me it started in 2008.
2009.
2009. See,
yeah.
there you go.
This will be 17. Yeah.
When did you realize how many years did you realize from the beginning? Did it take 2, 3 years, 5 years? When did you realize how important this was to NFL fans and how many NFL fans just blow off 1 and 4 o'clock, CBS and Fox, and they just watch Red Zone? When did you realize the enormity of it?
You might think I'm engaging in revisionist history here. Jimmy, I knew NFL Red Zone would be a hit before the first episode. I'm telling you, and I don't mean to sound like Babe Ruth standing at home plate pointing out the center field, but that metaphor is not far off. Not that it was all about me, and here's why. When I heard what the concept was going to be, what the mission was going to be, and what the capabilities that they were going to allow myself and our staff to do for the audience, I said, this is going to be the best way to watch football. I as I told you before, I'm a student of sports broadcasting, right? I wanted to do this from the time that I knew I couldn't play NFL football. I wanted to broadcast it. And so I'm talking about childhood. I go back far enough. I used to watch Howard Cosell do halftime highlights on Monday Night Football. And it was absolutely must-see TV. This is before cable. This is before, obviously, the internet. If you wanted to see the 10,000-foot view of the NFL, the comprehensive look at not just your team in your hometown, but the entirety of NFL football, Howard Cosell halftime highlights was the way to see it, okay? And that was through the 70s and even into the early 80s. Well, then get to the late 80s and all throughout the 90s. The absolute best way to watch the comprehensive look at the NFL from 10,000-foot view was Chris Berman and Tom Jackson and the staff at ESPN doing NFL primetime, okay? Absolutely. Must-see TV. It's sort of the inside the NBA of the 90s. It was the absolute best show, and everybody watched it. Well, if you go back to Howard Cosell, he was giving you the best of the NFL the day after it happened. Chris Berman was giving you the best of the NFL hours after it happened,
right?
But definitely after the fact. You can obviously see where we're going here. NFL Red Zone shows you everything as it is happening live or 10 seconds after it happened. If a 50-yard touchdown happened, we couldn't anticipate that in the middle of the second quarter. So we just re-rack it and get it to you immediately. And I guarantee you it'll be on Red Zone before it even hits your phone as an alert of, hey, watch this Jamar Chase 50-yard touchdown, right? So I knew beforehand when I said, wait a minute, we're going to be able to show every touchdown from every game without stopping 7 straight hours, go every game and be able to ping pong. We're going to be America's remote control. This is going to be the greatest thing ever. So that's a long-winded answer, but I wanted to flesh it out, to not just say, oh yeah, I just thought that I or our team could make the greatest football show there is. I absolutely thought about it as a broadcaster and thought about it as a sports fan. And I said, this is what I would want to watch. If we can make it this way, this is what I'd want to watch. And from 2009, that first September, Sports Illustrated, you may or may not know this. Sports Illustrated, it was 2009, so we ended the season, right? Obviously at the turn of the decade into 2010. Sports Illustrated did an issue of Best of the Decade. And they put NFL Red Zone on their Best of the Decade, and we had been in existence for one season.
Right.
So again, I thought for sure it was going to be, and now it's changed the way people watch football. Yeah.
I'll ask it this way. So you knew from before it started, it would be big. When did you realize you were right? Like there had to be a moment.
Yeah.
Or a year or something happened. Because I do feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe I have a misread on it. I feel like it's gotten bigger and bigger late. Like, So
not everyone had it at first. Anyone can get access. Anyone with a television basically can get access to NFL RedZone now.
Oh, that's what it was, right? Because when you guys first started, I had it wasn't. Were you not on direct? Wait, but the direct TV one,
we were not available on DirecTV. NFL Network was, but obviously RedZone is a separate channel. But to get into the business for the business minds on here, NFL RedZone was created in part to help NFL Network get on more cable systems and be in more homes using television. So NFL RedZone, when we were created, we were in, I think we had a deal with Comcast at the time, which of course was the biggest cable provider in the country. Xfinity, as it's now called, Dish Network, and maybe a few others, but Time Warner did not carry us.
And neither did Cablevision. Now I'm remembering what it was. My parents had Cablevision.
Yeah. And
I would often go to my parents on Sundays. I don't anymore because I'm paying so much money for Sunday ticket. I'm not wasting my money. But back then, and I remember being irate that NFL Network and RedZone both were not offered there for a couple of years there when it first started.
Yeah. Well, picture the scenario then. NFL RedZone exists and certain people have it, and anyone who tries it, not anyone, but most people who try it are like, whoa, this is awesome. Then they start talking about it. If you go and have the greatest slice of pizza you've ever had, you don't just go, wow, that was the greatest slice of pizza I've ever had. And you tell your buddies, yeah, I went over to Gino's the other day and that's the best pizza I've ever had. So everyone's talking about it. Sports talk radio hosts that were checking out NFL RedZone were like, I watched this RedZone and this is unbelievable. This is the way I want to watch football. And then, of course, the internet and social media and whatnot. And it became this thing. So you said you were irate. Picture the business going on. People that have, at the time, Time Warner Cable did not have a deal with NFL Network nor NFL RedZone. People calling up and saying, I want to get this RedZone thing that I'm hearing about. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We don't have that. Well, if you get enough of those calls with a hang up of people saying, I'm going to switch TV providers or something, that greased the skids for the deal to get done. So maybe to your larger question, it did take a while for us to be available to more millions than we were, but almost everyone who tries it, there are contrarians who say, no, I just want to watch one game, and that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. If the Green Bay Packers are your favorite team, watch every snap of your Green Bay Packers games. I have no issue with that. Right. But for the fantasy football players, for the gamblers, for just fans of the sport in general, or fans of the team that's playing on Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football or the bye week or Thursday, what are they going to watch Sunday at 1:00 Eastern? What's their best option? And many people have determined that's NFL RedZone. So maybe to answer your question, when I knew it was like, what's that book? The Tipping Point, when I knew it hit the tipping point, when people started going out as the Octobox or as me for Halloween, I was like, whoa. When people started naming their pets after things on NFL RedZone, there's a dog in Idaho named Octobox, and there are probably more. When people started to incorporate RedZone into their marriage vows, and I have been sent videos by husbands and wives saying, I pledge faithfulness and I pledge to watch RedZone with you. I'm not joking, multiple times. What else? I get Christmas cards from people I've never met because they consider me one of their family. That's when I was like, whoa, the tipping point has been reached. And this is not a hit show. It's a sports cultural phenomenon.